You see, I think, first of all, you know, Gloria seems to be lamenting without offering any substantive argument. You can't blame an entire team made up of media professionals and media owners on a debate that they took millions in time to organize. You can't just wake up and say, you know, it's useless. Media is biased without substantive, you know, underpinnings
But the
to that.
facts are there.
The question is, she didn't watch.
I did.
Simple.
I
and
watched
clear.
it.
Did you watch it from
Yes,
the
I
beginning
did.
till the very end?
Yes.
All
You
right.
see, if
So
she
why-
did,
why-
if she
no,
did,
why- that
if
is-
she did,
take that back,
No,
because
wait,
why
wait.
is it- why-
if she
I'm
did,
sitting right
your
here.
question
Let him
you
just
asked
finish.
was very simple.
Although I'm sitting right here, I watched the debate.
What did she make out of the four candidates? Very simple. She didn't answer. She lamented throughout. But let me
answered.
say this. You know, first, the idea of having these, you know, two gubernatorial debates is a very noble idea, because the public space in itself is sacrosanct, that we need to have very constructive engagements. Now, opinion polls tell us, you know, will tell us definitely who has political clout as a gubernatorial candidate. So, I mean, just like Gloria wouldn't want Ojakoya to be put on the same pedestal with the deputy president, it is only fair that Sakaja and Igathe are not put with guys who polled less than 5%. But let me go to the candidates. You know, it's interesting that most of them raised very substantive issues. The only thing that I didn't see in the four candidates, and including the other two, Sakaja and Igathe, there was nothing landmark about, you know, what they would do that you know, tells me as a Nairobi resident that here is a guy who has a brilliant idea that we need to look out for. So you look at Agnes, for instance, and I think I identified, not Agnes, Nancy Wambui. I identify with her because the business of any city all over the world is Mwananchi. That any metropolis, you know, has to deal with the issues of the common Mwananchi and the residents of those cities. Be it transport, be it infrastructure, be it waste management, be it a conducive environment for doing business. And I think Nancy sort of spoke about the Nairobi residents and making Nairobi a home. You don't have to leave Suna East, where I come from, and come here and wallow in poverty. So if you have a governor who is talking about making this a home, that is the person we need to listen to. The only issue is she didn't go into depth to explain how you're going to make Nairobi a home. How is it going to be a home for everyone, irrespective of which neighborhood you live in? I also liked what Kenneth Nyamwamu talked about, and I think it's a bit elitist because he talked about business-friendly environment. But you see, in Nairobi, it is not just for businessmen. So he needed to go deep and tell us, now, if it is a business-friendly environment, how does it then tap into making the lives of the city residents much better? But I wouldn't say that there was something that would strike someone as a candidate who is worth thinking about in these four candidates.
All right. Professor Gitile Naituli, I'd like to get your view of the debate yesterday, and just focusing first of all on the four gubernatorial candidates.
Martha Karua has insisted that whoever we elect in this election must pass the integrity test. There was a beautiful exchange there, and it's being lost in this cacophony of who didn't have what. The exchange on whether Sakaya actually passes the integrated test.
Prof, we're going to get to that second debate. We're going to get to that second debate. I'd like us to just focus first on the first tier of that debate, which involved the four candidates who, of course, according to the opinion polls.
I want to confess that yes, and I was traveling, I did not watch the debate.
All right. But did you watch the second part?
Yeah, I've just watched the exchange, which I wanted to address.
Okay.
Between Sakaya and Igathe.
All right.
Well, if Sakaya declared, yes.
Prof, so
if Sakaya declared,
allow me to get then Dunstan Omari's reaction on, and of course his analysis on the first debate. Then we get back now to the main, of course, the main contenders in this election.
Well, for the first debate, much of content was missing in terms of identifying the problems Nairobi faces or the issues Nairobi faces and the solutions that are practical, legal, and within the framework. None of the four people understood the connection between Vision 2030, the master plans of Nairobi, the question about solid waste management, the question about the slum upgrade system. So in essence, the gentlemen and ladies were totally abstract. And that is why they never connected with the viewers. One, none wore the suit of a politician. The people I saw there were keyboard wizards. So they need to understand that yesterday was a platform to sell their manifestos. Yesterday was a platform.
Did they inspire confidence to the voters?
They did not inspire any confidence for people to trust. 2.5 million Kenyans were watching, and many more. They did not at all inspire the aura of a governor. So what I will tell them, and I listened to, for example, the panelists who are there, the panelists almost unanimously dismissed them that they went for what they are not fit for. They could have started with an MCA position. They rise up to a member of parliament position. They rise up to a deputy governor's position. A governor's position of Nairobi is a super governor, is the pulse of the city.
But it is not wrong for them to be ambitious enough to want to be
By
governor.
law, Article 38 allows anybody who is a Kenyan to contest. But the question is, it is a waste of people and Kenyans' time to be able to listen to nothing. When you stand before the public, you have got TV clip and review their performance individually. They will say, it did them a... You ask whether this is the poster and this is the person putting out that issue. Governance structures, the structure of Nairobi, Kenyans need to know. Do you even know Nairobi? This is their constituent. Do they even know Nairobi? Do they know how many MCAs are in Nairobi? Do they know how Parliament, the County Assembly works? Do they know the composition of the executive of Nairobi? So in essence, they came purely to attract attention, probably next time. And one thing I want to remind the organizers, I hope you take this live to the organizers, especially when I'm coming to the Sakaja issue. We have is that behind the governor candidate, the face, because now the court has said the photo of the deputy will also be in the ballot. What the organizers could do, and you'll tell them, is that the governor stands there, behind him, the face of the deputy stands there, so that we can associate to them. Because I'm telling you, it was not an individual issue. It is a corporate issue. A governor's seat is a governor plus a deputy. We have slotted for a debate for the deputy presidential candidates. We have now presidential candidates coming last. Where is the role of deputy governors? So for the next election, for the next debate in 2022, I hope you'll take 2027. Take it that there is need to have the face of the deputy standing by the governor, so that they take the flak, both of them. They take success, both of them.